It's GDP time. GDP, baby. It's currently, what is it? 225. Get ready. 225 here in Hawaii. We got the GDP numbers coming out this morning at 8:30, and then Powell's going to speak today as well. So should be a fun morning here. See what happens when these GDP numbers come out. Let's see. We got about 6 more minutes. Had a little pop up to the 720 area here on the M&Q this morning. Let's see what happens here. We got right now the QQQ popping up there to the 382 level, 381 right now on the Qs here as we get ready for the GDP numbers. We got about 4 more minutes till the GDP. The GDP. GDP Wednesday, baby. GDP Wednesday. So we got about 3 minutes here till GDP Wednesday opens. Should get some wild action here when these numbers come out. And then also Powell speaks later as well. Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, speaking about numbers and inflation and all that fun stuff here. Let's see what happens. You got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes here till 8:30. Till those numbers come out, the long-awaited holy grail of numbers. I'm thinking that I was thinking about this last night. I was like, man, it just seems so easy that we're going to have, bad numbers. So maybe we somehow get like bad numbers and the market isn't that bad. Isn't that mad about them? I don't know. Maybe. Possibility. We'll find out here in about 2 minutes when these numbers come out, which way we're going to go today. The last time the GDP numbers came out, we had a big old sell-off there. So let's see what happens here pre-market. Currently 8:28 in the morning. 8:28. Looking to see what we get here today. We got about 2 minutes here. 2 minutes, 1 minute. Getting it going, baby. Let me get an ad right now. All right, we got about a minute here till these numbers come out. And we should see a big old move, baby. See a big old move here. Once these GDP numbers come out. Getting ready. Here we go. Any moment now. The GDP numbers. Man, we're getting some action here. Getting some selling to come through here. The numbers are bullish somehow. The numbers here this morning are bullish. Huh. The forecast was 8.1. The actual was 8.3. So I'm going to see if I can buy the dip here. So we get a push up above this 680 level here. Just one contract right now. We'll see if we get a bigger push while we try to push up right here. Looking for a push up off of this 680 level. I'm going to risk the 70s here. Maybe 660s. We'll give it a little bit more wiggle room here. 660s. And getting out there. Fuck, come on. The numbers were bullish. Why are we going down? Gotta love it. Huh. Oh, so the GDP was 1.6 compared to the forecast of 1.5. So a little over. The price index was bullish, but the actual GDP number is 1.6 compared to the 1.5 forecast for the negatives. So it's like right in the middle. Is it bearish, bullish? Which way is it? Hard to say here. See, we continue to sell through the 650s here. It's looking like a bear flag here on the 3-minute chart. The VIX spiking up here. Market not really knowing which way it wants to go right now. After those numbers. I thought we'd get a lot bigger move here, but just not getting a bigger move. Huh. Woke up at 2:30 in the morning for nothing. Fucking A. Yeah, I guess maybe when Powell speaks later, we'll get a bigger move here. Possibly. Still looking to see if we can break below the 650s here. Bear flagging on the 3-minute chart now. Bear flag on the 3-minute chart. Looking like we're going to break below the 650s here on the M and Q now. So we're looking for here. Looking for a move down. So breaking below the 650s. Just chopping right there. Damn it. Come on. Why? Why must you chop me up here? Looking for, I was wanting to break below the 40s, but then that chop right back up there. So much for that bear flag breakdown. So much for that bear flag breakdown here. It's kind of chopping around right now. Not sure. Market not really sure which way it wants to go. Would have thought that last move lower would have taken us down to the 620s, but you can see we got popped right back up from the 640s. Bit annoying there. Oh, I really thought we'd get some action this morning. That's why I woke up at 2:30 in the morning. But no. JK. Now she's trying to sell 640s. Jerome Powell is going to speak at I guess 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock he's talking. So the QQQ is still looking like she wants to sell here. It's not a ton of action right now, pre-market. Kind of watching. See what happens here. I usually go to bed around, went to bed last night around 8 o'clock. It's not too bad. Go to bed at 8, wake up at 2. Bitcoin getting sold off today. Bitcoin at the $20,000 level. This market just not knowing which way it wants to go right now. I guess everybody's waiting for Powell to speak. Jerome Powell is going to move the market here in 21 minutes. All right. So yeah, we're just kind of sitting around waiting and watching to see if we get a move here, something that's tradable. Kind of watching to see where we get 15-minute candle close at. Right now at the 640s on the M&Qs. 640s. $15-minute candle pushing back off of that 640 area right now. I thought we were going to get a nice little bear flag continuation breakdown there, get down to the lows, but it's kind of chopping around right there. Haven't had a real clear move just yet. Did I call the top? I called the top on crypto on oil. I haven't even looked at the price of oil lately. Looking at the price of oil here. When did I make that video? I made a video about oil. I think like right here when it was $121. Crashing down there to $100 a barrel. There on crude oil right now. We were just talking about when oil was $120, the idea that the demand would start to go down. Kind of as the price went up, the demand starts to go down because people are starting to be like, all right, screw it. I'm not going to drive as much. I'm not going to travel as much. I'm not going to do as much. And it seems like that kind of worked out, but it's actually last few days here bouncing back pretty strong. So we'll see if oil is going to retest those highs again, that 122 area. All right, so the market trying to push back off the 640 level. We really haven't gotten a decent move yet. I guess I was thinking we were going to get a lot bigger move. We had the news with the GDP numbers. The problem is the GDP numbers came out basically right in line. There wasn't a big surprise. Basically, the actual GDP numbers was negative 1.6. And the forecast was negative 1.5. So not a big change, not a big difference there in terms of the GDP numbers. So it is what it is. Also, by the way, guys, I will be I'm traveling Thursday, Friday. I'm going to Florida for the weekend. Just booked a last-minute ticket this morning, flying out this afternoon, flying to Florida for a couple days, see the family, see my grandma. Just go enjoy the 3-day weekend. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, it's markets closed on Monday. Maybe it's a good time to fly back home real quick. I'm gonna fly out tonight, get into Florida tomorrow, Thursday, and then fly back home on Monday. So I'm only missing 2 days in the market. 2 days in the market, I'll survive. So for the news on the economic numbers, I normally just use investing.com for the news on different numbers or whenever stuff's going on economic-wise. Investing.com has a economic calendar there on their website. Interesting that the European bank president speaks at 9 a.m. and then the Fed here in the U.S. speaks at 9 a.m. and then at 9:30, Great Britain's Bank of England is also speaking. Did they plan this? Did they all call each other like, hey, look, let's all talk. Let's all talk on Thursday or on Wednesday. We could all just, if we all talk at the same time, maybe we could make the market go higher. Right now, the market trying to push back off those 640 level. The 15-minute chart getting back above the EMAs here. Let's see what happens on the 3-minute chart. We get back above the EMAs. Just kind of sitting back here waiting and watching right now to see what happens. We got Jerome Powell speaking here in a little bit. In 11 minutes, 12 minutes here. I was really hoping for I was like, oh, I'm going to wake up this morning and the market's we're going to get like a 100, 200 point move after the GDP numbers. And I'm going to make a quick couple $100 and then go back to bed. That was kind of my plan. I was like, I'll wake up early, wake up at 2:30. I'll trade. I'll make some money and then I'll go back to bed and then I'll sleep in. That was my total plan here. But that plan got ruined. I should have known. It's never that easy, right? Like I said, I literally said before the GDP numbers came out that it's like, if we think it's easy, then it's probably not going to be easy, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had that where you basically are like, oh, this is going to be an easy trade, right? Like, it's going to be bearish. The news is going to be bearish. And then the news comes out and it's like, it's not as bearish as everyone thought, or, not as bullish. And it doesn't really move. Story of my life. Oh, come on. I'd say this market going into Powell looks like it wants to push up. We'll see what Powell has to say. Jerome Powell. If he comes out and if for some reason he says that they're gonna do less interest rates, I don't think they're gonna talk about. I don't really know what they're even gonna talk about today, or where he's even speaking at. They speak way too much, man. They speak way too fucking much nowadays. He just talked on the 17th of June. I mean, that was literally a few days ago. Just a few days ago. Does not need to talk again. No. We don't need him. Soft landing, baby. Nothing I love more than a good old soft landing. So the market kind of grinding back up here after a little sell-off after those numbers came out, but not, like I said, not much going on right now. We'll just sit back, being patient, waiting. I want free money for everybody. Bow, bow, bow. Just sitting back here, waiting, watching. Like I said, we got the numbers coming out here for Jerome Powell. So, Jerome Powell. All right, so now it's just, I guess, 7 minutes. Frick, man. I was all excited this morning. I was like, I leave it last night. I'm like, I'm gonna. It's such a perfect idea, right? Like, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna trade the GDP numbers, and then I'm gonna go back to bed, have a nice little nap, wake up in the morning. No. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, I saw Jim Cramer talked about Nike being bullish, and then the next day getting murdered. Whoops. Whoopsies. Hey, you know, it happens. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, and then sometimes you're Jim Cramer and you're just always wrong. It is what it is. Market pretty much like flat right now since those GDP. I still can't believe we didn't get a bigger move here. It's quite remarkable, actually. How did this not happen? How did this happen? We had such a good plan. Such a good plan. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, you know what to do. Hit that like button. We got 61 people watching. We got 15 likes. I think we can go higher, boys. We can go higher. See what happens today with the Qs right now, pre-market below yesterday's close. And then if we look support-wise, I'd say 280 area being kind of the support here today. That low from the other day on the 23rd, 280 area. Looks pretty tasty here. Is what I'm watching. So the market trying to, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. I'm just waiting and watching. I normally never trade pre-market anyway, so It's kind of whatever. Powell's going to speak here in 4 minutes. Jerome Powell's going to speak in 4 minutes. Let's see if he moves the market. We'll see if he can move the market here today. Yesterday had a pretty big move at open and then just getting murdered, getting sold off. You can see yesterday's move here. Had a pop at open. Big old pop from the 12,050 area up to 12,150. So almost a 100-point move there at open. And then got hammered back down from the 12,150. Look at this. Down to 11,700, 600 area. So a massive move here after yesterday's open. You would have thought the market was going to go higher after right at the open, and then boom, murdered. She got murdered, boys. All right. We got 66 people watching. We got 26 likes. Can we go all the way? When is Powell gonna start speaking? Let's see. All right, so the market moving up here again off that 640 level. They're holding that 640 level here on the M&Q right now. Holding it. They're holding it. Oh, so Jerome Powell's he's at the Economic Forum. That's where he's speaking today. That's what's going on, so the European Central Banking System here, the ECB forum. So I don't know if he's actually going to speak right here, right at 9 a.m. We'll see if he pops up here. Jerome Powell in the house. Put that over here for now. Market looking like it wants to push up here, but just kind of waiting and watching. There's that push over the 660s. 670s now, 672. Market pushing up. 680s. Jerome Powell hasn't even spoken yet. And we're going to the moon, baby. Ugh. Mario trying to push up 680s now. What an uneventful morning so far. Very uneventful here. Just absolutely uneventful. I'm sorry, but it was very lackluster. I was like, come on. See, that's the issue. I was hoping. Too much hoping, Patrick. Too much hoping. Right now, just sitting back here waiting and watching. It's 9 a.m. here on the East Coast. 3 a.m. here in Hawaii. Blah. Blah, blah, blah. This market right now. Sometimes, boys, sometimes I just want it to work. You know, I just want it to go up, down, all around. We're basically just flat here pre-market. Did I buy a house in Hawaii? I did not, unfortunately. Just renting right now. Maybe one day. I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm poor, but I wouldn't say I'm rich enough to own a house in Hawaii. All right, they're doing something. They're playing something here on the ECB thingy. New subscriber, let's go. Opportunities. Challenges. New scenario for Europe and the world. Well, what about Jerome Powell? Nobody cares about this. The market's moving after this advertisement right here. We got 5,000 people watching on CNBC's live stream. Oh!
For the first time since before the 2008 financial crisis, the European Central Bank, the Federal Reserve, and the Bank of England, along with a host of other central banks, are all tightening monetary policy. But the threats to growth are immense too. Policymakers face a delicate balancing act between stamping out inflation and avoiding a recession. Ladies and gentlemen, for traversing this narrow path, Francine Lacroix, editor-at-large at Bloomberg, will be moderating the session. Francine, the floor is yours.
Claire, thank you so much. Now, we're here at the ECB Forum on central banking, and every year it's very clear that Sintra really dominates the attention of investors, but not every year is like this one. Now, for one, it's not, I'm told, quite as windy as it was yesterday, but that, of course, is not what makes this year so special and so unique. We're entering a new chapter for monetary policy, a divergence for almost 15 years of policy experimentation in an age really defined by stubbornly low inflation. Now, this year that has changed. As Claire was saying, our policy panel needs a little introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway. Jerome Powell is the chair of the U.S. Federal Reserve, Andrew Bailey, governor of the Bank of England, Agustin Carstens governed the Bank of Mexico before becoming general manager of the Bank for International Settlements, and of course our host, the president of the ECB, Christine Lagarde. Now, just
There they are. There he is. Look at this guy.
Hold nearly $20 trillion worth of assets on their balance sheet, and they've of course maintained ultra low, even negative interest rates for the better part of a decade with little disruption. They now have the unenviable position of presiding over the great unwinding of policy that may have permanently changed the architecture.
The great unwinding.
So thank you all for joining us. We're going to have, I'm sure, a robust discussion over the next 90 minutes. Mr. Parsons, let me start with you as a central bank of central banks. You know, central banks in general have faced really a succession of crises over the past years, but also some of the structural factors, such as the green transition, digitalization, and increased onshoring. So how different will the future of inflation be from now on? How different will it be from the last decade?
Well, I mean, a very important change that has taken place in the last, I would say, 2 decades.
Look at this guy.
If, for example, if we compare this period of inflation with the 70s,
a blob.
is that we have much stronger institutional monetary frameworks and institutional framework for central banks, and I think they're far better positioned to combat inflation. If we go back, to become a natural reference. We were at the time where, for example, the Bretton Woods was failing. You don't have more, I would say, instability in a system when you are, for example, revising your exchange rate regimes. And that is not happening today. I think that the period of disinflation there established very, very strong basis to create new and more nimble, more agile, better prepared central banks. And I think, for example, the design of the ECB, our host here today, in a way incorporated many of those learnings. So, I mean, when you are in charge of combating inflation, what you need to be able to anticipate is that sometimes you will be surprised, because there are many elements that affect inflation and that they are not directly under your control. And I think to a large extent, this is what we are seeing today. And I see a very, very strong ability of all central banks to analyze, to incorporate that information, and to react. For me, if you look very careful what is going on right now, in the last 2 years, we have seen dramatic changes in the environment. We went from having a situation where depression was felt, was feared, deflation was coming, to a very quick rebound with the vaccination and so on and so forth. And we moved tremendously quickly from an environment of fearing deflation to fearing inflation. And that has been compounded by the Russian crisis. I have to say, monetary policy, as nimble as it can be, cannot respond with that celerity. So I think that the knowledge of the new form of inflation is being learned and is being responded. So I'm very positive that this institutional framework and strength of central banks today will take us to the goal where we want to be relatively soon.
Chair Powell, do you agree? I mean, when you look at complexity and uncertainty, has it always been this way, but we forget about it? Or is this really a new frontier?
So, I agree with everything Augustine said about institutional progress. But I would add this. We've lived through a period of disinflationary forces around the world. This is globalization, aging demographics, low productivity, technology enabling all of that. And that was, so we've been in that world where inflation was really not a problem in most of the advanced economies most of the time. Since the pandemic, we've been living in a world where the economy is being driven by very different forces, and we know that. What we don't know is whether we'll be going back to something that looks more like, or a little bit like, what we had before. We suspect that it'll be kind of a blend, but in the meantime, we've had a series of supply shocks. We've had very high inflation now across the world, certainly through all the advanced economies, and we're, to Augustine's point, we're learning to deal with it. Our job is to find price stability and maximum employment, in the case of the Fed, in this new economy with these new forces. And it is a very different exercise than the one that we've had for the last 25 years. Nonetheless, the goals are the same.
Yeah, so I don't know whether, Madame Lagarde, after this volatility, do we go back to something that resembles the last 10 years, or is it, something else completely?
I also agree with most of the points that Augustine made, and we don't have to agree between us because we always do. But I don't think that we're going to go back to that environment of low inflation. And I think that there are forces that have been unleashed as a result of the pandemic, as a result of this massive geopolitical shock that we're facing now, that are going to change the picture and the landscape within which we operate. If I look at our euro area, for instance, we have record low unemployment. We have inflation expectations, however unprecise and with the pinch of salt that was discussed at the last panel, which was excellent, we have inflation expectations that are much, much higher than they were. That's for the internal matters. But if you look at the rest of the world, a lot of the movements that we've experienced in the last 20 years was predicated on globalization, on the breaking down of supply chains, on the reduction of cost, on the just on time. That has changed and will probably change continuously towards a system that we are not certain about at this point in time, which is much debated. Some would argue that globalization will continue.
All right, stocks only go up.
Some would
It's
argue
confirmed. Inflation. It's all confirmed. Everything just
that,
confirmed.
the place where you...
All right, we got that figured out now. No good news is bad news. Bad news is no good news. News after bad news, there's no news. I don't know. Market's trying to push up here above the 680s now on the M and Qs. Pushing up into open. We got about 17 minutes here till the market opens. And she's trying to push up here. See what happens once this market opens here in about 17 minutes. So, there we go. Now we wait for the market to open. 16 minutes till the market opens for business. It wasn't worth it waking up early, that's for sure. Definitely could have slept in this morning. But hey, sometimes you gotta do things that you don't want to do. As I like to say. Sometimes. I mean, I don't really think that meeting today is going to be like a big mover for the market. They're not going to really change anything. They're not going to like get too crazy in terms of what they're talking about. I mean, I'm not really showing any chart right now. We're just kind of sitting back here. Right now, the MAQ is pulling back here. Trying to push up the 80s. Just getting kind of chopped up again. No follow through this morning so far. No follow through yet. Pulling back to the EMAs now at the 11,667 area here on the M and Q right now. And trying to push up here. Kind of watching it right here. So we got about 14 minutes. 14 minutes till the market officially opens. We're still trading pre-market right now, or still in pre-market. Like I said earlier, that 280 area is the support on the Qs right now. And then 620, 11,620 is the low on the NASDAQ pre-market so far. Actually like 618, but in that area. You can see that 620 area here being the low, kind of multiple times, 3 times, 4 times, 640s there as well. So hopefully get some better action once the market opens here. Nice little pushback off that EMA though. We're trading the MNQs. This is the NASDAQ MNQ, micro NQ. Trying to push back above the 680s. Nice little push back up there off the EMAs. Let's see what we get here. Market's flirting with green to red right now. Red to green, green to red. Green to red, red to green. Market, baby. Let's go. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, you know what to do. Pop it off. Come on. So pulling back there. Now on the MAQ, pushing back up 680s, now 686s. Nice little pullback to the EMA. I should have got long there. Ugh. Oh, 90s now. 690s pushing up. $6.90s. Frosty time. All right, so we got 10 minutes here. 10 minutes till the market opens. The 690 push up there now on the M&Q. Trending higher right now as we push up here from the 670s now, 690s. See what we get here at open. $10 minutes till the market opens. What do you guys think? We're going up, we're going down today. Let's do a poll in the chat. What do you guys think? Let's do a poll. Up or down today? Let's find out what the majority thinks. I'm doing a poll. Hold on. We're doing a poll. Huge down. Vote right now in the poll, in the chat. Let's do it. Also, when you vote, hit the like button as well. Uh-oh, a lot of downers, a lot A lot of people talking about going down here. We might be going up then, boys. Let's see where this poll ends up at. 50-50 right now. 50% up, 50% down. Let's see. Based on the results of these polls is what I'm going to do at open. I'm gonna, whatever the poll is, I'm gonna do the opposite. So hopefully we get an answer here. I don't want 50-50. Come on, up and down. 50-50 on the poll. Exactly, Matthew. That's why we're going the opposite, baby. It's literally a 50-50 vote right now. We got 51% now for the up. The poll is very close. How is that possible? How is there a 50-50 50% chance here on the poll? How'd that happen? How'd that happen? $50-50 means we're gonna chop. That seems like a pretty good idea as well, Rusty Golfer. All right, now we're going more for the up. We got more up now. More up. 55% of you are saying that we're going up. 45% going down. We'll give it a few more minutes here to see where we end up on this poll. And then we're going to just close my eyes and do whatever the poll says. Or do the opposite. What do you guys think? What would be better? We'll do a poll. What we'll do is we'll do the poll for up and down. And then we'll do another poll for should I do the opposite of the poll. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. So if you guys are just now tuning in, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning. Normally we're live every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. This morning we were live earlier because of the GDP numbers, and we got pretty much like nothing out of that. So, yeah, I feel robbed. I feel robbed. It was a total waste of time this morning. I could have just slept in. The last time the GDP numbers came out, we had some good volatility. Today, we barely moved. We're basically right where those GDP numbers came out. We're right where we started. So the market literally has not moved. So the total votes today, we got 54% saying up and 45% saying down. That's not very good. So sounds like it could be a choppy day in the markets. Could be a choppy day. Right now, it's 9:24 a.m. Waiting for the market to open here. Getting ready. Get your fingers warmed up. I like to do a little finger exercise, more like click, click, click. Just little warm-ups, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're pumping. We're good. We're ready. Also, if you weren't here earlier, I talked about I will be gone. I'm going on vacation for a few days. I'm going to fly to Florida, go see my grandma, see the family in Florida for a few days for 4th of July weekend. So I'm going to fly out today, and then I get to Florida on Thursday, and then I'll be in Florida Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then flying back on Monday. So I'm only going to miss 2 days. So we're only going to miss 2 days of the market. The market's closed on Monday for 4th of July, so might as well go now. Go now, Patrick. All right, so we got 4 minutes here till the market opens. Right now, the market popping, the market's up, it's down, it's all around. No one really knows exactly which way it's going to go. We're going to find out here sooner than later. Like I said earlier, that 280 area is support on the Qs. So if we start to sell to the downside, the Qs, I'm thinking a good target would be that 280 area. Ugh. Let's go 3 minutes. 3 minutes till the market opens. But like I said, if you look here on the Qs, this was kind of a previous area that we bounced off multiple times here. I don't know. It looks like I would say that we're going to touch down here today. If I was a betting man, I would say we're going to touch down to this level today. But I could be totally wrong. But it does look very, I don't know. It definitely looks like it wants to get down there. Do we magically just turn right here and start to push back up? I doubt it. I think we're going to touch down 280s today. We'll see. We're definitely oversold after yesterday, but I don't know. It's just something about, look at this chart right here. Look at that chart. We got a kind of almost triple top up there at the 295 area on the Qs. And then that 280 area would be our next support. There's not much going on between there. So I would say 280 area is very, very doable. 280 or 288 Velocity Ventures. Okay, all right. I guess we'll see what happens here at open. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes till the market opens. We're sitting back here. We're waiting. We're watching. Should be a interesting open either way here. Interesting, I'd say. It's gonna be interesting. And here we go. Market about to open. 9:30. Ding, 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 ding. Get ready. Get your horses. Buy your tickets. Buy your tickets now. Get ready. The market is getting ready to. I feel like that 1 minute that it takes for the market to open, like from 9:29 to 9:30, is always like. It's like, oh. It's the longest minute of my life every day. The longest minute of my life. Here we go. Market is now open for business, boys. Let's see what happens. We get a push up to the lows or highs here. Chopping around right now, trying to see which way it's going to go. Looking like we're going to sell here. And the market just chopping here. Fuck me. So chopping around right now from the 680s down to the 650s. Looking like she wants to break through the 640s here. Go lower. She's trying to go lower here. Down to the 630s now. 635s. I'd say we're going to 620s here. 620 is definitely coming. I can't imagine we're going to just stop right at 620. There's 623 now. 620 getting touched. Beautiful. Sell, 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 sell. 610s. The low so far. 608 on the low. And looking like we're going lower today, boys. 600 on touch for next. This first 3-minute candle. Giving some good range from the 680s down to the 600s. Wowzers. You can see right now 282s on the Qs here. The SPY going lower right now. Everybody going lower, lower, lower. Down below the 600s now, down to the 592s. The M&Q down below 600 now, 11,600. So dropping from that 11,680 area down there to 590 now for a 100-point move. Nice work. Let's go. Like I said, thinking that this was going to go lower today. Here we are. Going lower right now. That 280 area in sight. The SPY getting murdered. The Q's getting murdered. 580 now. So the lows so far on the M&Q 580 level, 281, 281.22 on the QQQ. Triple Qs here. And looking like she wants to break even lower now. There's that 280 area that we saw earlier, that support we just identified literally right before the market opened. 281.12. Look at that thing ripping back up. Bouncing off that 281 level like a bat out of hell right now. This is some choppiness right here. Be careful, my friends. From the 580s, pushing right back up there, 620s right now. See if we're going to get a reversal here. Push back up maybe to this area here, 640, 620 area. That previous area of support, turn that into resistance, and then start to head lower. Would be a good overall short play. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, you know what to do. We got 64 likes, 102 people watching. Let's pop it off. So the market trying to push back up here. We got the VWAP right there at the 282s right now. On the VWAP, 282s. Market getting stuck at the VWAP right now. 282.23 on the Qs, getting stuck there. Can she push through it? This could be a big old V reversal. If everybody was front running that bottom there. Little squeeze back up here. Squeezing back up. See where this candle closes at. If it closed below the VWAP here, I would say we're going to continue to go lower and get down to the 280 area on the Qs. So right now, flirting with that VWAP there on the NASDAQ right now, QQQ. But definitely looking a little oversold here on the 3-minute chart, so might need some time to push back up. We'll see what happens here. Why is my screen zoomed in? So you can see the chart? I don't know. Why is your screen zoomed in? Or not zoomed out? Right now, the 11,600 area on the NASDAQ trying to hold support here. Can she hold it? So far, playing out exactly like we talked about pre-market. That idea of this dipping down to the 280 area. Forming a bear flag right now. Get back below 11,600 here. The SPY selling off as well. Down to the 379s on the SPY. The VIX spiking up here. And let's see, we break to the downside right here. Continue lower. She's looking like it. Market looking like it wants to move down to that 280 area here. Like I said earlier, just that 280 area, just really the only support that I saw on the chart. Do 281.46 now on the Qs. The SPY below 379 now. The VIX up to 29.28. Trying to go down to 280s. And 281, flirting with 281 again. I want to see that 280 touch, baby. This is playing out exactly like we talked about here pre-market, guys. So let's see if we get this break to the downside here. A little volatility right now as well. We got some good volatility from the 580s back to the 600s, popping back up there off that low. Uh-oh, can we get double bottom? Double bottom maybe on the 3-minute chart right now. These last three-minute candles trying to squeeze off that 281 level. Uh-oh. Curling back up here. This could start to curl. Get one of these. Whee! Let's see. It's got to get above that VWAP, though. Got to get back above that. Get a candle to close above the VWAP. Could be bullish and start to push back up. But as long as we get stuck here at the VWAP multiple times, well, that 280 area, baby, it's coming. Right now, watching the 11,600 area here on the M&Q. Below the EMAs on the M&Q right now on the 3-minute chart here. And let's see. All right, this is looking like it wants to go lower. This is very much looking like it wants to go lower. Everything is telling me it wants to go lower here. So let's see. Looking like she wants to go lower here. Let's see. Let's see. $280s are coming, baby. Come on, $280s. Let's go. $580 right now here on the M&Qs. I don't see how this is going to just magically reverse again off the 281s. I think we're going to break 281 right here on this candle, on this 3-minute candle. We're going to break 281 right here. There we go, 280, 280. Look at that. Breaking it, baby, breaking it. You guys are seeing this all live. This is live in the moment. We are in the moment here. It's all happening. Definitely Chop Chop City right here. Market continues to make lower lows, but just kind of chopping around here. But so squeezing back up. Well, ugh. It's up, it's down, it's all around. No continuation still through here. The SPY bouncing back pretty strong here. So again, trying to push back up to the VWAP area. We're below the VWAP here. We're below the EMAs. 280, man. 280, it's coming. 282. Stay below 282. We could push down to the 280s. Again, pushing back to the VWAP here. Oh, we're getting some range right now, boys. Getting some range. I don't know if it's because Powell's speaking or just because kind of where we're at in the chart here. Trying to push back above 282 now. Look at it. Oh, getting squeezed. We made a low. That low in that candle was 280.86. So this is looking like a reversal here. This can get above that 282.50. We can start pushing back up here. Let's see. It's just happening so quickly right now. It's all happening so quickly. It's all happening so quickly. All right, so pushing up now, 282s, 280-220 area. Still there at the VWAP. If you look here on the M&Q right now, we're still below the EMAs on the 3-minute chart. So that's still thinking that until we get back above those EMAs, we are bearish. But market definitely pushed back. I mean, that's a pretty bullish engulfing candle. That last candle is pretty bullish here. Now the question is, can it continue to push higher? Having trouble. Chop City right now. It's Chop Suey, Chop City. Push above the 282.50s. Let's see. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, we got 120 people watching. We got 74 likes. Let's blow that like button up. Ding, 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 ding. Up to the 282.50 now. Still pushing. Still pushing. Oh, there we go. Squeezing up now. Like I said, that big old engulfing bullish candle pushing back off that 281 level there. Now 283s on the Qs. She's going. Charlie B, let's go. I think that thing's going to go. It's going to go. It's going to squeeze. Lots of shorts getting squeezed out right now. This is exactly what's happening. Shorts is getting squeezed. Everybody was loading up short this morning. The VIX got murdered right there. The VIX dropping from 29.36 down to 28.70. That's a pretty big drop for the VIX. So here we go. I think we're going to push 284s now. The high so far, 284.67. pre-market kind of, well, we're getting pushed right through there. There's 284s now pushing. Oh my babe, look at this thing. From the 580s now up to the 700s. Oh, the shorts are getting squeezed, boys. The shorts are getting squeezed. Oh, I should have seen. I don't. Look at this thing right now. It's going. 285's coming. Oh my gosh. If you look at this move, look at this move on the SPY. You can see literally exactly what happened today. We had a gap in the chart here on the SPY. There's that gap right there. It's pretty much just like that. Filled that. I wouldn't say we filled it all. We kind of, it's like right there in line with possibly filling it. But the SPY just squeezed back. You can see here on the SPY now. Filling that gap there on the chart. Yeah, pretty much filled it. So the SPY filled that gap perfectly. And there's that big squeeze back up now. From the 580s back to the 720s on the M and Q. And the SPY trying to push through the 382s now. So the SPY literally filled that gap here this morning. And trying to squeeze back up there. The QQQ, the high so far, 384.69 on that candle. Beautiful. Oh, man. Look at this move, though. From the 560s up to the 720s. That's what you gotta, that's what you talk about. I don't even, that's a move right there, boys. That is a move. You can see once we got back above the EMAs, it was a rocket ship, so. Boom. Boom, baby. Up to the 720s. See if we're going to push that pre-market high right there at 720 area on the NASDAQ, on the M&Qs now. Can she push above it? The VIX getting murdered now. The VIX down to 28.41. Literally just dropped like a rock on the VIX. Market going from red to green now. So the market trying to get back green on the day. And getting stuck there at the 720s now. That was that kind of earlier high here. So it might be some consolidation. Need to build a little bull flag up here. Consolidate for a minute before breaking out again. Let's go. So like I said earlier, I will not be live tomorrow morning or Friday. I'm going to be traveling, going to Florida for a few days, but I'll be back next Tuesday live right here on the channel, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. If you guys haven't already hit that subscribe button, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button so you're notified whenever I go live right here on YouTube. Let's go. Market trying to push back up here, forming that bull flag. Oh, let's see. Can she go? Push above that 284.50 level. Push up there at 285s. I'm going to give me some Chipotle, baby. My first stop when I get to Florida is definitely Chipotle. 100%. I will be stopping at the nearest Chipotle for lunch on Thursday. Flying out red eye tonight from Hawaii, so I leave tonight at like 5 something. And then I get into Florida on Thursday. I like In-N-Out, but I'd much rather prefer Chipotle. I'll take Chipotle every day. All day, every day. Chipotle, baby. So right now, having trouble there at the 11,720 level. That's kind of a key area. That was kind of almost like yesterday's, or yeah, like kind of pre-market after hours. That 720 area being resistance. So if we can get pushing back above 720, I think 800 level, 11,800 on the NASDAQ is doable here. So we'll see what happens. If it'll get going from the 680s. I know what I'm definitely going to do here pretty soon is definitely going to go take a nap. Can't believe I got live. I can't believe I went live at 8:30 in the morning for that for the whole GDP number bull. And then now I should have just slept in. But the problem is, like, if I wouldn't have woke up early for the GDP numbers, then the market would have went like crazy and went like 500 points. So kind of screwed myself either way there. Screw you. So market pulling back here, having a little bit of trouble. Maybe we pull back to the VWAP. Maybe the Qs pull back VWAP area here, 282.50s. Right now at the EMAs, we're right there where we're kind of riding the deviation from the VWAP. So you can see like there's little dots on the chart, little dots there. That's basically like the deviation between, I think it's like a -1 or a +1 from the VWAP. So market up, market down. We were green for a second. Now we're red. Now we're green again. Now we're red again. Oh, we're right there. 0% on the day. $283s on the Qs right now. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, we got 119 people watching, 82 likes. Help me help you. And as always, if you guys want to support the channel, you know, help me out here just by hitting the like button. If you can do that, it'll really, I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but YouTube definitely, the more likes, the more interactions, the more you guys are chatting it up, the more you're supporting the channel. I don't ask for much. It's free. The stream is free. All you gotta do is just return the favor and hit that like button. Right now, looking for a break over the 720s here. Let's see. Is this the moment of truth? Bouncing off the EMAs there. On the 3-minute chart. And 720, can she push? She's trying. Very much trying here. Oh, there we go. Trying to push up to the 285s now on the Qs. That bull flag. There we go. Bull flagging, baby. Bull flagging, baby. 285s. Interesting, definitely interesting. We got the EMA there. We got that kind of deviation, like I said, from the VWAP. Those dotted lines bouncing off that 283 level. The low on that candle, 283.34. And now up there above 285s. Let's go. And now trying to push higher. 740s on the M&Q. 285. Push, push, push. In terms of resistance, what we're looking at here, in terms of resistance here, I'd say your target for the next resistance is like 286 level here. And then after that, you got the 287.50s for the pushback up. So, and then really, like after all that, if we push through this level here on the Qs, I'd say it's pretty good chance. I don't know if it's gonna happen today, but good chance to push up 295s. All right, all right. All right, all right. So there it is. Another day, another dollar. I'm still kind of butthurt that I woke up so early. I woke up, like I said, I woke up at 2 a.m. this morning here in Hawaii, thinking that we're going to get a big move from the GDP numbers in. Well, we did not get any big moves, so. It's currently 4 a.m. here in Hawaii, and I think I'm going to go take a nap. I'm over it. I'm over it. Had some action here, but definitely not the action that I was hoping for or wanting to see. I was hoping for some big moves off of that number from the GDP. And then now it's kind of giving us that reversal back up there to the 285s now. Lots of volatility today, lots of action. See if the market's going to push up 286s next. But really that SPY gap fill this morning, man, that worked out beautifully. The SPY perfectly filling that gap here on the chart. I mean, that was almost textbook in terms of filling that gap. You can see once it filled that gap, it was literally just squeezed right back up there. So there you go. The gap, my friend. The gaps. Love the gaps. Appreciate the gaps. Look for the gaps. This morning, the SPY filling the gap. All right. I got 100 likes. Big thank you for everyone for tuning in. Like I said, I'll be on vacation. I'm going to be heading to Florida tomorrow or today. I'll be in Florida from Thursday through Monday for 4th of July. And then I'll be back next Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's live stream. I wish it was more eventful, but it kind of is what it is. And yeah, I'll put some videos up kind of the rest of the week. I got a couple videos I'm working on that I'll share with you guys later on this week. But right now, Just I'm gonna go take a nap. It's too fucking early. Waking up at 2 a.m. trying to trade. And I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna sit here and try to trade all morning. I need to go back to bed. I need to go back to bed. Oh man. Maybe there's some action later on today, but right now I'm thinking that it's just better for me to go take a nap. All right. So if you guys haven't already, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe button, all the buttons down below. I'll be live next Tuesday morning for a new month, baby. July. First trading day of July, next Tuesday. Let's make some money. Let's make July our best trading month ever. If you guys haven't already, we got a free Discord. There's a free Discord right now. Where's the link at? Where's the linky link? Let me get the link for you guys. We got a free Discord. You can come join us, talk about stocks and all that fun stuff. And yeah, there's a link right there in the chat box. Totally free. A lot of the guys that are in the chat right now are actually in the Discord as well. So come join us. Come talk about stocks, all that fun stuff. There's a link in the chat box right there. All right. If you guys haven't already, you know what to do. Let's go to the moon. To the moon.